Hi there, welcome to my art class.online, and today we're going to DIY a sketchboard. So here's a sketchbook with watercolor paper in. I really like the thicker paper, but I happen to have these artist tiles so I can save cutting up my sketchbook. You could use watercolor paper like this. They also come in a size bigger. Or you can choose to use Bristol board or something that's just a little bit thicker than your regular paper. And what you want to do first is cover it completely with crayon. Use wax crayon, like Crayola style. Other brands will probably work. Create a nice little pattern, and in a separate cup you want to mix a little bit of dish soap with an acrylic or tempera paint, black tempera paint. If you're using a craft paint, that's fine as is, but if you're using a heavy acrylic like I have, you might need to add a touch of water. But the key here is to mix in a little bit of dish soap, and here's where you might need a grown-up help. You might need a grown-up to take that mixture and cover your scratchboard that you've colored so beautifully with your wax crayons, and very carefully, using the side of your paintbrush, cover the entire thing with your black paint mix. Now, you don't want to press really hard because you don't want to blend the crayon. You just want the paint to sit on top. And if you press really hard or you go too quickly, you're going to end up with kind of a streaky paint. It's better to do one thick coat and let it dry for a longer time than have to do a couple of thin coats, especially for scratchboard. It doesn't have to be perfect, you just want it to cover. So once you've covered the whole thing with your black paint mix, you are going to, here I'm just smoothing it out so I don't have excessive pools of paint, but then you're going to set it aside. After that paint has dried completely, a couple of hours, you're ready to scratch. You need to find something that has a sharp edge but is not dangerous, so you might want to use something like a penny or quarter. They're nice and flat. I'm looking in my purse right now and I don't seem to have a coin. So let me show you some of the other things that you could possibly use. I have this pencil holder. It's to hold charcoal and pencil nibs, and it has a sharp edge and it works a little bit like a pencil. You can use the back of a pen or fine liner because it has a nice little edge there of hard plastic or metal, and you can use that to scrape away. And you could also use a paintbrush, but use the back of the paintbrush. Yeah, you really have options. Of course, I think a coin works best. So if you have change or if you have a penny jar, grab one out of the penny jar. And there you go. You are ready to scratch in a beautiful design into your do-it-yourself sketchboard. So let's summarize once again. You want a heavy paper, a cardstock or watercolor paper. You want wax crayons. And you want a black paint, a craft paint, tempera paint, or an acrylic paint. Mix it with a little bit of dish soap. Paint over the top, let it dry, and then you have a sketchboard. And it's ready for your fabulous creations. So thank you so much for watching and joining me today for a DIY scratchboard. I hope you will share with me some of your wonderful scratchboard creations. Happy drawing!